Hi guys, in this episode of Ray Decay, I'm gonna be checking out The Boyz again with another song that for some reason I didn't realize was released. To be fair, it wasn't on Wikipedia, which is where I usually keep track of releases, so how am I supposed to know that apparently this was also released? It's not on their own Wikipedia, it's not on their page, on their discography. I don't know why, but I'm gonna be checking out the song She's the Boss. And I'm genuinely really curious where that song is going to position itself compared to the previous 4 songs that we checked out in the last video, because those were some real bangers in that video. I really enjoyed all of them, honestly. Obviously, Whisper and All About You and Roar, I was completely in love with, while Timeless I was a little bit more lukewarm about, but I still liked all 4 songs and I will still be listening to all of those 4 songs. So basically what I'm trying to say is that this song has a lot to live up to, and I'm not really quite sure that it will. But there's only one way to find out, which before we get into, I do want to remind you that I would really appreciate it if you guys could help me out with my transition by donating to my Patreon or Ko-fi account, because for those of you who didn't know, I am trans. And by doing so, you can also get access to a specific tier that I offer over there, which will give you the ability to demand me to do a K-pop reaction, be it to a music video, an album, or a group, or should I say artist, whole discography. Of course, you don't have to do that, you can also simply just comment it down below, but going through Patreon is a guaranteed way to make it happen ASAP. You can also just simply like the video, that helps me out a lot, but it is greatly appreciated if you guys make the extra step of supporting me. Now we've gotten that out of the way, let's just get into the song itself, She's the Boss, in 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, let's go. Everybody knows that she's the boss. Right feet on my love.
So this feels more along the lines of Roar, for sure. Okay, now they're really giving me NCT vibe. They already did with Whisper, but with this one especially. Man, when did the rappers become so fucking good? Why am I all of a sudden so into them? Is that the pink-haired guy from the other music videos? Okay, so far I do think it's probably the worst of the last 5 songs, but I still find it pretty interesting. More than average, that is. Like seriously, when the hell did the Boyz become such a rap heavy group? What the hell? I never noticed they're rappers like this before. Although to be honest, it's been like a year since I last reacted to them, so that also might have something to do with that. I've just forgotten about them. Like, it's weird. I definitely have criticisms about this song, which I'm gonna get into, but I'm still surprisingly compelled by this song. I find it surprisingly compelling. more than usual, which is just weird. Okay, so this is definitely a little bit more on the generic side for me. It's kind of a worse version of Roar in a way, a little bit, because the hard-hitting side of this song just feels like very generic and doesn't really have even the power that Roar had. Because like I also kind of felt like Roar also was slightly generic compared to what they did with like Whisper, which was very much like infused with their own personality while still doing like this very rap heavy and hard hitting style. But this is especially generic. It really comes off like that. Like I said, it reminds me of NCT, which I feel like are the one of the most frequently releasing these specific style groups, and it just seems like a mediocre NCT song a little bit, you know? Because nowadays NCT songs really come off as mediocre to me. But that's kind of a topic for a different video. And also the singing parts of the song, I also kind of find a little bit monotonous and not quite as interesting as we got in like Timeless or All About You. But there's this weird aspect of it as well that I actually still really enjoy it. Like, it's still weirdly compelling and entertaining. I don't get it. We went from me being unable to enjoy this group for some reason to me being able to enjoy this group for some reason, even when I have these criticisms for their music. Like, what the hell happened? Why the turnaround? And like, I do like the rap parts in this song are honestly pretty sick. And the chorus is also really catchy. But there is, I don't know, still some weirdness to it. Maybe after the second listen it's gonna sound better, hopefully. But even if it doesn't, I am gonna be listening to this song together with the other ones. At this point, we've gotten so many songs of theirs that I will have to listen to all of them. Because all of them are at least like an, almost pretty much like a 9 out of 10 for all of these. It's weird. Like, I've never been so entertained by the Boyz. Not by this song in particular, obviously, but like by these releases that I've been checking out in last video and this one. Yeah, I don't know. Before I say my final thoughts for this song in particular, let's get into it a second time in 3, 2, 1. I love that it jumps into it right out the bat. Also, that set is really colorful and I really like it. But this really comes off as very generic, rap heavy kind of style. Wait, is this a Japanese release? No, it's not. Oh, it is. Oh, it is. Okay, so that's why I didn't see it. That explains a lot. Okay, so it's a Japanese album. So that kind of explains a little bit of that weirdness that I was feeling. That definitely makes the song now be seen a little better. I like this part where they go, oh, oh, oh. And this part too. Like, whenever they do really cool vocalizations, it's always so good. You know, the funny thing is, I'm really starting to learn the visuals of the members and tell them apart, even when they look completely different for the different comebacks. I'm recognizing this guy in the middle. I'm recognizing this guy. He reminds me of Han from Stray Kids. And I also think I recognize a pink-haired guy from the other music videos, but I'm not 100% sure. Okay, these vocalizations are what I enjoy a lot about this song. It's what is gonna make me listen to it after this reaction is done. Also, now that I think about it, this reminds me of 17 as well. It's so weird how many different groups the Boyz remind me of, you know? I'm sorry for comparing them so much, but it's just how I work, okay? That chorus is really good though. Okay, so I'm not quite sure whether I like this more than Timeless or not. I think I'm gonna put them at about the same spot, because there's definitely aspects of both songs that I like a lot. Like in this case, it's the vocalization during the chorus that is really good, and the rap parts are also really fun. But in general, I do still find it a little bit on the generic side for sure, and definitely not quite as good as some of the other songs, but I still like it more than the usual The Boyz stuff, which is really wild. It's just weird how I'm feeling like that all of a sudden about him. And yeah, I definitely think that I'll end up listening to this song after this reaction, like tomorrow when I have to drive and travel. I will be listening to all of these songs by the Boyz that I've checked out in today's recording session, aka this video and the last one. But I definitely do not necessarily love this song as much as I do Whisper, All About You, and Roar, so there's that. In terms of a rating, I will be giving this one an 8.2 out of 10, which is definitely lower than Timeless, but for me they're both kind of at the same spot. It's just that this one, there's a little bit of weirdness to it because it's a Japanese release, so it kind of sounds different because of the way the languages work, you know? So, yeah, it's a little bit wonky for me. Because I didn't realize it was Japanese until the second listen, so I'm kind of mixed on how I feel about that fact about it. Because I'm pretty sure Tattoo is a Japanese release. Unless I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure it's like a Japanese release or whatever. Can I find it anywhere? Oh, okay, yeah. Yep, there, that's where it's written. Yep, this is the Japanese release. So Tattoo was their debut in Japan. Then there was Breaking Dawn, which I don't know if I've reacted to. I'm not gonna be reacting to it in this video. If you're gonna have to, you'll potentially wait to another one if I haven't reacted to it, but yep, this is their most recent Japanese release. And it definitely does not live up to Tattoo. That's where I'm gonna end it, I guess. And still, 8.2 out of 10 is not that bad. I still think it's pretty good. Like, there's still aspects of it that I enjoy, but I feel like they could have done something a little bit more interesting, as we saw in the previous 3 songs that I checked out in the last video, so yeah. I am curious though, What do you guys think about this song? So comment your thoughts down below and let's have a discussion about this. And also, before we end this video, I just want to give a huge shout out to my currently 4 patrons on Patreon: Omar Bridgman, Deadpool, Corvidet, and Drew. Thank you guys for your support. I really appreciate it. It really means a lot to me. You have decided to support me, have continued to support me such a long time. Hope you continue to enjoy my content and continue to support me going forward. Thank you very much. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, please have a like and subscribe. Also, check out the link in the description to my Wattpad, where I post my stories, because in addition to doing all these videos on my channel, I'm also a writer. And if you end up enjoying my stories or simply enjoy my videos, you can head over to my Patreon or to my Ko-fi account, where you can pledge support and help get the channel going, help support me so I can keep writing the stories you enjoy. But if you don't want to do any of that, that is completely fine. You can still help me out in other ways, like liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and especially sharing this video with somebody who you think might enjoy it. And I think it's pretty much it for this video, so hopefully I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye!